Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own spruce wood survival house. I have also designed the inside for you, but you'll have to wait until the end of the video to see it. Here are all of the materials that you will need to make your house. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. Now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. So the first thing that we have to do in making our spruce wood house is place 5 spruce wood planks coming directly up from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to extend to the right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to extend up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want to extend right by 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can then extend that 13th block all the way down to the ground, and what we will have after that is this shape. It doesn't look that impressive, but we're going to make it look impressive. So what we can do is we can extend this row down here down to the ground. That is where we started to extend upwards. We can also extend the row that we extended horizontally at first all the way through the build, like this. We can now also segment the build, and we can do this by, first of all, we can place an entire row of spruce wood across the bottom. But then, if we leave gaps of 3 between this horizontal row of spruce wood, and we leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, and then on this 4th row, we place a vertical row of spruce wood extending through the build. And we do this one more time, 1, 2, 3, and then we have a vertical row of spruce wood extending through the build. You're going to want to double up on that row, so you're going to want to add another row of that to the right. That might look strange, but once you do this, so the block that I want you to extend is this block right here. It's basically the center point on the middle right of the build. As you can see, it's got a lot of spruce woods feeding into it. So we want to extend this block outwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You then want to extend it to the left by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can then extend it back to the house. We can take the 2 corners and we can extend them down to the ground, like this. What we then want to do is take the corner that hit the house, we can then extend that down to the ground as well, and we can do this on the opposite side also. And that will do for now. So now we have this shape, which is quite a bit more interesting, I will say. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to take the top 2 corners of the house, the tallest points, I almost said the toilet points. We want to take the tallest points and we want to extend them backwards, each by 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we can extend that block across and we can join it back to where we just were. We can then take those 2 corner blocks and we can extend them down to the ground, just like this. Perfect. And this one also. And this will form a good chunk of the house. This is pretty much mostly the main living space, if you can imagine it, that will be inside of this house. The next thing is we can actually take the smaller corner where we pretty much first started, and we can extend that back and we can join it back to the house. It is actually on the same level as the part of the house that we were just making. We can place an entire row of spruce wood planks that joins the entire base of the house together. You can just go all the way around like this. The house is actually partially raised, really, as I would describe it. We do not want to do that with what is going to be the porch area, but now you can see that we've got a nice shape to work with, and I feel as though it's time that we start adding a bit more detail and a bit more shape. On the side of the build, specifically this left side right here, I want you to place rows of spruce wood planks that sit on top of the width of the house like this. The rows of spruce wood planks are quite simply one row shorter on the left and right sides, eventually culminating into a pyramid. It'll look like that. Not only do I want you to do that down below, but I also want you to apply the same thing up above onto both sides of the larger part of the house. This is going to allow us to place the roof, which we're not doing quite yet. This roof, very happy to say, incredibly simple. One of the simpler roofs that I have made in recent times, so it is quite simply made out of stairs and it just sits alongside those three triangular shapes that we have made. And as you can see, that has already made a bit of a difference. It almost looks weird. The house almost looks like it's got ears now. Am I the only one that sees that? I don't know. Anyway, let us add some windows. So the window design for the house is actually quite simple. On the entire front of the house, except for this bottom right hand corner area and this top right hand corner area, we have a lot of window designs. So I want you to place upside down spruce wood stairs in the two corners of every single one of those areas that I've just pointed out. So in the top two corners of the areas that I've pointed out, just like this, we have made those windows into arches, and it's quite a pleasing shape. I really like it. Not arches as in bow and arrow arches, arches as in curvy. We then want to take the top two windows and we want to place a fence along the bottoms of them. That is actually going to be a balcony. The amount of space that one can have in their balcony is completely subjective, and as a matter of fact, we'll actually wait until a little bit later on until we figure that out. The lower windows are quite simple. Anytime you want to have windows anywhere, I would suggest this. First of all, it's going to be easier if we add another layer of spruce wood planks behind the windows. Second of all, the windows are made simply by spruce wood, actual spruce wood on the left and right of the window. It has to be as high as the stairs that we have for the window. And then I would recommend placing glass in the center of the spruce woods. It's as easy as that, that's all you have to do. I'd also recommend a row of spruce wood planks along the top of the windows. If you make the windows in the exact same way as me, you'll also find that if you place spruce planks above the windows and you stretch it through the house a little bit, you'll actually find that that is naturally where the second floor goes. It's exactly where you might expect, like where the second story windows go. And as you can see, it's quite a nice set of windows. I quite like the design. Well, not only that, but the area on the top right hand side of the house, we're just going to fill in with spruce. We're not even going to be able to see it anyway. This area here, this porch area, if we add another row of spruce planks at the bottom here, and we take the top, and if we just fill in the top of the porch, I mean, with spruce wood planks or something of the like, and we can actually turn this into an entrance. So this is actually set a little bit far forward than the actual stairs, but you can do the entrance in any way. You could just use, if you wanted to, you could just use spruce wood and then stick a door there if you wanted to. And I don't have glass block on me, but we can imagine, can't we? And I mean, if we place the door backwards, I mean, it sort of makes it look a little bit better, although not quite really. It's still uneven. So if you just imagine that there's a glass block there, that would look a lot better. So you could have that, or you could have the normal sort of design in which we have these stairs. So that's kind of up to you which entrance you like. That one's probably the better one. When it comes to the porch area, I would recommend also simply placing the upside down stairs in each one of the four sides, just like this. I'd also recommend placing spruce wood slabs extending across the right side of the build and the front here, joining the base spruce wood planks together. And if you fill the middle of this in using spruce planks, here we go, so that the slabs are on the outside, and then you can place spruce fence on top of these slabs. That looks pretty good. I quite like that. On the outer part here, what I want you to do is I want you to extend the plank that we have joined down to the ground, the corner of the porch. If we place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 spruce slabs with a spruce wood plank on the end, And if you add, say, like 1, 2, 3 spruce wood stairs like this, and if you fill just behind the stairs in, extending to the porch area, and we join to this wall here, leave a gap because I'm actually going to be adding some hedge in here later. And then we can add some spruce fence on top of there. I think that looks pretty good, quite honestly. I mean, that's how the front of the house should pretty much look. Let us move on, because I'm very happy with that. I mean, that's good. Let us move on to the side of the house now, the left side of the house. So, the left side of the house, I mean, we've got options here all the way. If you want to add these windows, do. If you don't want to add the windows, don't. And if you want to wait, feel free to wait. But I'm going to be adding some windows on this side of the house because I quite like how it looks. Otherwise, it's very blank, as you'll see on the other side, actually. So, first of all, add an extra row of spruce wood planks inside of the side of the house. We then want to segment the side of the house in the same way that we did on the front, which means we leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, mark it out, 1, 2, 3, mark it out, and then we have a natural gap of 3. Place vertical rows of spruce planks. Place spruce wood on the left and right sides. You guys already know where this is going, right? I mean, this is the same window design we're going to use all the way around. We're not going to shake it up at this point. We're going to leave it as it is. And then we're going to place some glass pane in between the spruce woods. And then you're able to place upside down spruce wood stairs in the corners if you so like. So we'll just have something which should look like that. So very happy with it. It's a nice continuation of that side. So what else would I recommend you doing? So I'd recommend filling in this side of the house here, where the lower roof I got tongue-tied, I don't even know how. So where the lower roof connects to the upper part of the house, that was just plain strange. Where it connects to the house, we will just want to fill it in a little bit. You'll actually be able to, if you wanted to, you could make a room out of it. Like, you could imagine where you would get a little bit more space, but that's going to be left up to you. On the right side of the house, I'm going to completely fill this side in. You see, we already have a lot of windows. My usual rule is if half of the house is covered in windows, the other half of the house doesn't have to be, but you can feel free to add 1 or 2 as we progress. I mean, I might even add 1 or 2 myself as we go through. Maybe a middle window on the side, something like that, but we'll see. Oh, when it comes to the balconies, so as I mentioned, these 2 areas are balconies, these 2 windows. The balcony starts and ends kind of like here on the side, right? I mean, if we add a few rows of spruce wood planks, then you kind of get the idea of the width of the balcony. Where it ends, I would recommend somewhere, like I'd line it up with one of the windows is what I'm going to be getting at. Basically, so like maybe where the middle portion in between these 2 windows, I'd leave it, or maybe like here where we've kind of naturally placed the spruce. I would choose a point in the house and I'd kind of be like, yeah, this is where I want a separation. And if you were to have one there, I'd recommend separating it across the entire second floor of the house, and then that way you've got like a nice little room. We can have an open plan room here, and we can even have a set of stairs as well. There has to be a staircase. Usually with houses, I like to make it a little bit exploratory, meaning to find the stairs, you've got to go around the outside of the house and up and down and left and right and diagonal and all that. I like to make it an exploration, but on this particular occasion I actually designed it so that the staircase is just inside the house. Actually there is a way to get up to the second story of the house actually on the back, but we also have a conventional staircase as well. I do love exploring. So now that we've added in that entire second floor, what else are we going to do? So we've got decisions to make. How many windows do you want on the back of the house? I know for a fact that myself, I want this area to be a window. We've already got this spruce wood here, so I want a little window just here. And again, it will be made in the same way. This is no surprise to you at this point. They're all the exact same. So then what do we do with the rest of this area? What has to be windows? Well, first of all, we need 2 entrances / exits. There is a balcony, and we also have a porch. So we're going to be making entrances slash exits. We'll leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, and then we'll place a vertical row of spruce wood planks that extends up through the entire house. We'll place the upside down spruce wood stairs in the top 2 corners as usual, and then we can place the spruce wood, the actual spruce wood on the left and right sides like this, and we will be able to place a door in the center. And once again, I would adore it if I had a glass block, but I only have paint on me, and I don't think there's any need to change it really, as this is just an example, but you get the idea. So I mean, it even looks alright with glass paint actually. It's only until you get close that you realize it's not good. So there we go. We have our doors. It's up to you whether you want to add windows. You don't need windows whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I almost feel as though it hinders the inside of the house a little bit. But if you want to add windows, you would leave an extra gap on this left side to line them up with the front windows. You'd add an extra gap, and then if you wanted to, you would then split it straight through the middle, and then you guys know what this is, right? You guys know. We place the upside down spruce wood stairs in the corners. We place the spruce wood behind the stairs area leading up, and then we place the glass in between. The only problem is, as I mentioned, it kind of impairs what I wanted to go downstairs. Windows are completely your choice. If you want the same sort of layout as me, you're probably going to want to get rid of some windows, or maybe configure the layout a little bit in a way that is a bit more conducive to having windows. But I mean, they do look good is the problem, but you can make the outside of the house look good in other ways by adding like plants and stuff as well. But I mean, I guess it doesn't really compare to that. I mean, that structurally is pretty nice to look at, I would say. So what else do we want to have on the outside? I've mentioned a porch about 50 times here. It's quite easy. We take the midpoint of the house. If we didn't have these stairs here, then it'd be easier to find, but basically these stairs almost point to it with a diagonal arrow. Right here, I want you to place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spruce wood planks extending outwards, extend all the way across, and join it to the opposite point on the back of the house like this. I want you to take the 2 corners and I want you to extend them down to the ground like this, like so, and we're going to join the bottom spruce planks together using spruce wood slabs, and we should have done that up top as well, but what's easier is what was easier than counting is to fill the top of the porch in using spruce wood planks themselves, and then we will just do this to the outer parts. We can then destroy the outer row of planks, and then we can just place slabs. I think that that's a little bit easier rather than counting out what as we would have had to have done. On the bottom area here, all this can actually be filled in with spruce wood planks, this entire lower area. So all this can be planks. We can add fence as well. So plank. Whoa, crazy. We can then add, that wasn't a big deal. We can then place fence on top of the slabs. Feel free to contrast by using dark oak if you like, but I quite like how the roof and the windows are the main contrast, but you know, that's up to me and up to you. We're then going to place fence around the top of the balcony area as well, and also a little bit here, like where it connects to the larger part of the house. A couple of fence here will do. And if we extend stairs, those are slabs. If we extend stairs from the 2 open points here, if you place 2 stairs and then upside down underneath, and then 2 stairs and then upside down underneath, and then 2 stairs and then upside down underneath, and then finally 2 stairs like this, it actually lines up quite nicely with the side of the house. Then we've got a nice staircase. And what else can we do from here? Well, we can take this spruce plank here and we can extend it to the right by 1, 2, 3, and if we stick a spruce plank on the end, 4. And then it'd be nice if we actually had a porch that would wrap around to, really. So the porch, quite simply, if you take the middle split in between these windows on the sides, so the spruce wood planks here, if you basically place, say, like a plank and then 1, 2, 3 spruce stairs and then stick a spruce wood plank on the end, and then extend that spruce wood plank, extend it backwards using spruce wood slabs like this, and extend it all the way back and join it in a right angle to where we just were. And then you can actually use the slabs to create planks. So like in the corner here, it'd be nice if this was a plank. If where it lines up with the windows, it'd be nice if you turn them into planks. I mean, I think that looks rather good. We can place spruce wood planks inside of all of this empty space right here. So just like this, all this empty space can be spruce wood planks. And also, just on the back here too, we can do all of that. So here and here. We can place spruce fence all the way around the side of it. And then I think we're actually going to be done in terms of... in terms of doing the body of the house, because I mean we've kind of done it. The only thing that we are missing is perhaps a little bit of hedging, which will certainly make the house a different color. It will add a different color to the house, I should say. It's not going to change the color of the house. It's not the Microsoft paint can. We're going to grab the dark oak stairs now, and we can add the roof. The roof is so simple as well. So the roof. Oh, also, by the way, on the front of the house here where we have the porch, if you take the width of the house, which is the width of the porch, which is 5 rows, and then you extend the middle 3 up, and then the middle 1, and then you simply place rows of dark oak stairs along the sides of the spruce planks that we placed along the sides here, have them extend them over, place a spruce dark oak wood slab on the top, and extend it back to the house, then you kind of get an idea of the skeleton for the roof. Hopefully, though, that was actually... I went through that so fast, but hopefully it's quite self-explanatory. It's like any other roof. Like, this is one of the simplest roofs, unless it was flat, that you could ever build. It's you place your rows of dark oak stairs along the sides of the pyramid that we've made. We hang them over one row. We place upside down dark oak wood stairs underneath the overhanging row, and then you place dark oak wood slabs culminating into a plank underneath the single strip of dark oak wood slabs that we have at the top of the porch. And we do that 2 more times, so we can even extend from the porch here, the porch sideways. We want to have a row of dark oak stairs that actually extends above the windows and across, and we just place the dark oak stairs. It's actually quite nice to have something to place the dark oak stairs against. Because we actually can just make the little mini roof very, very easily. There's no back and forth or left and right. We can just extend them from the little roof here, and it's very, very simple. The hardest part of this is going to be filling in the holes that we accidentally destroy in the house. It's going to be doing the upside down portion of this. So you can see how quickly the house will be brought together. Once... Oh, maybe we can even place a little bit of stair, just a stair in that gap as well. That actually looks alright. You can see how quickly this house will be brought together as well. The roof, I do find, the reason that I typically use it to last is it just seems to pull everything together. Like, where it was just like blank and boring, like the roof rarely does just literally put a lid on things. Quite literally, like, I'm not even trying to make a pun. It rarely does, like, it rarely does just put a lid on things. It just makes it just completes it in a way that certain other part of the build wouldn't. So, like, say, like, we did the roof and everything, the only thing that we had to do was windows. Like, it's not quite as impactful or substantial as the roof would be, so it's quite nice to just leave it. I'm not explaining any of what I'm doing, am I? I've only just realised, but hopefully you guys will kind of have got it. I mean, I'm pretty sure earlier I explained the purpose of all of these triangles that we were creating around the house. It's not because I'm Egyptian and I really love pyramids. It's because, of course, they are the guidelines for the roof. And I don't usually actually use stairs for the roof. Another possibility, depending upon what kind of roof you're into, I really like the slab roofs. which is, and you could apply it to this house. It'd probably look quite good with these slabs as well, if you wanted to. If you guys know what slab roofs are, in place of these stairs, you would just use slabs. Basically just extending these slabs like up and inwards in the same way that you would these stairs, eventually reaching an apex. The difference with the slabs is the roofs look a little bit more intricate, they're not as tall, and they're not quite as blocky as the stairs roof. So do feel free to change it. I have been using those on my builds for the most part, actually. So maybe my regular viewers out there might be a little bit surprised to see me using some stairs. But now that we've done the hard parts of the roof, which I usually like to do, if you like a little bit of a tip, I usually like to get all the hard parts of the roof done first of all, and then just fill it in together. I feel as though that's probably easiest to do in most situations. If you get the hard part out of the way, then the rest can only be easy. So we'll join all of this together. Something that I was considering adding to the house, by the way, don't know whether I'll add one afterwards because I don't know whether I like it, is I was contemplating a chimney. The reason that I was contemplating a chimney is because on this side of the house, what I'll call the blank side of the house, there's only one blank side of the house. It's a little bit boring, but a chimney would actually sort it out if we were to place one, say, in the middle, but that would be up to you, and I might try it at the end of the video, we'll have to see. But this is what the house will look like so far. We have pretty much completed it at this point. The only thing that you may want to do is add some leaves and lanterns, two of my favourite elves, and you can add some leaves around the base of the house like this, kind of like leading to, I can destroy that block too, kind of like just leading around, just adding a nice corner to the block. I don't think I'm actually going to add any more leaves. I think that that's actually a satisfactory amount, and you can add lanterns to the windows if you like, but that's going to be up to you. You could add them to the lower part like that, or you could also add them to the upper part like this. So that is going to be completely up to you. Perfect. Okay, what do we have left to do? The answer is actually not really anything. But what I am going to do is I am going to decorate the inside of the house for you. We have officially finished the outside of the house, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to go ahead and decorate that yourself, feel free. You're more than welcome. But if you want a little bit of inspiration, if you want a little bit of thought, if you want to see what I've done with the inside of mine, I'm going to be showing you right about. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what your house will look like once it has been 100% fully completed. As you can see, there are not many changes with the outside. The only one that you may find is a small window there on the right side of the house, which I wish I would have also applied to the second floor. But the main changes have, of course, came with the inside of the house. Now, I'm not saying that I'm amazing at making interiors, because I certainly am not. I don't even particularly enjoy doing them, but to give you guys a sense of what sort of space you have with the house, this is the inside. So down on the first floor of the house, we have an extensive enchantment library that is coupled with some armor stands and a cheeky little ender chest underneath these stairs. We have a set of stairs here that will lead us to the second floor. We have anvils, we have storage, we even have the downstairs split into two. We actually have a completely separate storage slash brewing room, which is quite large actually. I mean, there's quite a lot in here. If we head all the way up onto the second story of the house, which we do via this large staircase here, you'll see more storage. We have all sorts of crafting, all sorts of smelting, more storage. We have an armor storage and upgrading area, or fixing area rather. If we head into this room here, we have a nice little bedroom which once again has more storage. And if we head outside, we have number one, we could go out onto the back balcony, or we can head out onto the actual front balcony. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. That's the inside of the house, that's the outside of the house. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me and the channel out very, very much. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. And if you do want to make anything else by me, check out the card system, description below, and the top of the comment section for more. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.